Welcome back, everybody. Glad you could join me on today. We're going to dive right in and talk about a topic that is flooding social media, and that is Fat Joe and his beef with FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Now, there are some people who do not consider themselves to be FBA, although their lineage is the same as mine. FBA is the same thing as freedmen, the same thing as Negro, all the names that we have been called within our lineage. That's just another polished name that Tariq Nasheed came up with. He is not the leader of any type of movement. He just decided to come up with a name that will specifically define our lineage. So I just wanted to touch on this topic briefly. Fat Joe had a problem with Foundational Black Americans delineating from other groups. As we know, and as the buzz has been going around, we have put in that work. Not only us, but our ancestors put in the bulk of that work. We were the ones that built the country, that came up with inventions and the culture and the fabric of America. And that is often taken away from us in various aspects. However, today and in today's society, Black people are starting to wake up and realize that really, truly, we are all we have. This is a message that I have been preaching and teaching for a while now, that we have got to come together and support each other and stand on business, not just say it with our mouths, but actually put in that work. Now, I'm not going to go into the interview with Fat Joe on a particular podcast. I'm sure you have seen it and you have heard about it, but our brothers, our FBA brothers, they are out here putting in that work. They are bringing receipts. They are standing on business. Tariq Nasheed came out with microphone check just to set the record straight. And it's not that we are trying to discount any contributions that other people have contributed to this thing we call hip hop, but we are putting our stake. We are stating a claim. We are standing on the business of we are the creators of hip hop. And I don't know why it's such a big deal, because we have created all types of genres. And I know a lot of content creators, they use, jazz, they use gospel, they use blues, they use country, they use bluegrass. But I could go even further than that. What about classical? There's nothing like classical music. I love all genres of music. And so we had a hand, a foot, a toe, and a fingernail in all of this stuff that the whole entire world enjoys today. So with all of this discourse that has been going on these past few days since Fat Joe had came out with his comments about FBA, either blatantly disrespecting us in code, because he knew exactly what FBA meant, or if he's, whatever he's trying to do, it's not sitting right. It's like we ate something that isn't digesting in our system. It's not settling too well within our communities, and we are standing on business, and I love to see it. However, I want us to keep something in mind, and that is, it is a very good thing that we are standing on business, that we are protecting and gatekeeping our things. But let's not forget about the inventions and the creations that the whole entire world benefits from today. Let's make sure that we're teaching our children and that we ourselves are familiarizing the contributions that we have done for this world. And so that's very important. And a lot of people's feelings are hurt as a result of us saying, hey, we've put on the cape for everybody. Now we're going to put on the cape for ourselves, and we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to take it further than what our ancestors were able to do. The torch was passed a long time ago, and because of various distractions that have came about within our communities, within our families, that those distractions have set us back. However, today I am proud that we are coming together and standing on business, but we just don't need to stop at hip hop. We need to take it a step further and protect all of our things. So as all of this commentary, I've been just soaking it all in and still guarding my heart. We have to be careful, brothers and sisters, that we protect our hearts. It hurts when someone takes advantage of our kindness, when we invite people to our house, and then next thing you know, they're going through our drawers, they're going through our closets and stuff like that. We didn't give them permission to do all that. We just simply welcomed them in the house. And now they've made themselves very comfortable to the point where they don't want to leave, and we might have to get the paperwork in order to evict them from the premises. And that's how this situation appears to me, is that we have invited a lot of people within our culture, because that's just who we are as a people. Our skinfolk ain't kinfolk. Just because somebody might look like us don't mean that they operate the same way. The majority of us came from the South. And so we have that Southern hospitality. We are givers. We share, because that was brought up in our culture. We shared with one another, and so we share with people, period. And that has came back to bite us in the butt. But I'm gonna let my brothers, my FBA brothers, continue this fight. I love to see it. I love them standing on business, but I just want all of us to realize that regardless to what hate that we face and that we have faced, we still have to have love in our hearts. That doesn't mean that we have to sit up here and cape for anyone, but that means that we will stand on business without hate, because it's very easy for hate to creep in for other people, especially those who have done us wrong, and we haven't done anything to you. However, as all of this commentary and such was going on, I came across Brown Sugar. This was actually taped in 2002. Very good story. And the theme of the whole movie was, when did you fall in love with hip hop? And be it that this particular movie was made in 2002, and putting it against the climate that we have today with this delineation movement, which is a good thing, I wanted to see the temperature from 2002 versus the temperature from today. So we have this little girl who grew up in New York, July 18th, 1984, as you can see on your screen. And she was going throughout her daily routine, and she happened to see people around the corner from her dancing, breakdancing, bebopping, rhyming, and all of those things. And so she also saw a little boy that was the same age as she was, and that's when they both, on that day, fell in love with hip-hop. It's a beautiful story, but at the very beginning of this movie, you have all of the OGs like Black Thought, Big Daddy Kane, Russell Simmons, Method Man, Jermaine Dupri. You have so many of the pioneers and those who were in the early parts of hip-hop tell their story of when they fell in love with hip-hop. So they're bringing up all of these names that were the inventors, that were the creators, and how they use street lights to power, you know how we will nigga rig something in a minute, but how they would use certain street lights for power, and just the various things that they would do to create this type of music. And in the movie, you can see this little girl where there's a bunch of people at the basketball court breakdancing. You see a few Puerto Ricans there, maybe about 3, but primarily you see nothing but black FBA people, or people who look FBA and who are cosplaying, or I'm not going to even say they were playing, but they considered themselves to be us within our culture. They took a part of what they saw that they liked, and they became a part of it. But the start of it was purely FBA. So I'm not going to really get into a whole lot with this video. If you get a chance, go and watch it. It's on Tubi for the next 8 days, and then they'll take it off. But it just talks about the love of hip hop, and you can go into the storyline and actually see it's a very good movie, like I said. But with this topic that has came up this week, from what Fat Joe said, my mind went back to Brown Sugar, and just to hear the commentary from those of the past speaking of the creation and the moment they actually fell in love with hip hop, I thought that would be a very good topic. So I'm not going to hold this video long. Please let me know what you think. When did you fall in love with hip hop? Let me know in the comment section. And also, please, brothers and sisters, let's remember to love each other first. And we have to love everybody. Even when we are cast down, as we are, and looked upon in a certain negative way, we still have to love. That doesn't mean that we have to sit up here and kiss nobody's tail. That don't mean that we have to sit up here and become saviors for people. But the best thing that we can do, and I saw a couple of people in the various chat rooms that were unsubscribing from these people who are derogatory, that's the power of the pen. If more people would start unsubscribing and start subscribing to those people who are putting in that work, those people who are like-minded, like you are, and put away from these other people, do you know that we will starve people out? Do you know that we have that power to starve people out? That Joe, we could go ahead and counsel him, but he's not the only one. Vlad TV, why are we still supporting that? Every time you click on a video, you're giving a person a view. You're giving a person support. And so to dry it out completely, you need to unsubscribe and stop following. And what we have to do is keep each other in the loop. So if you see something on social media that shouldn't be, that's being disrespectful towards our lineage, you need to let all of us know. You gotta let them know you and I T. You gotta let us know. You gotta put the hashtag FBA so we all can be on one accord and make a movement together. We gotta stop supporting these people that are making tons of money off of our content, off of our lifestyle, off of our culture, and care less about us in the same breath. So, I'm not gonna hold this video any longer. Let me know what you think. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. May the Most High bless.